the soldiers that act in a conscientious
yeah.
way, moral way,
Oh,
ethical way.
We support them because when you put your life on the line like that.
We're not trying to do Vietnam all over again.
No.
So, where the soldiers really took the brunt of some of that. Well, that's not all. Yes, everybody's keeping an eye on Libya, where the U.S. is part of the no-fly zone policy.
Right.
A lot of, it's interesting if you watch American politics on our news, people are very blatant about saying, why don't they just go kill him? Americans,
be careful now. Not all Americans.
I'm just saying, certainly not all, but when you watch our news media, what you mostly are aware of is how many people, your regular newscasters is like just say, why don't we just go kill him? And then they say stuff like, what if they're not really trying to kill him, but he's just around.
He's just around.
And we just gotta kill him. That's what now you understand. Now that's your people. Yeah. So you know how your government acts.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Let's just talk. Let's take a look with Al Jazeera about what's happening.
Libya. Our correspondent James Bays is near the front line in Ashdabia. James, what's happening?
Well, it's been an exciting and rather terrifying few minutes in the last few minutes. We have had an attack on this position, which is virtually the front line position. There are some forces a little further up there, about 800 meters from us. There were quite a lot of fighters gathered up there, and one of their vehicles was hit. All of the opposition fighters have now fled that position. Some of them are still where I am, which is basically now the front line. We don't believe anyone was injured in that particular attack, which we think either came from a tank round or a missile. But I think it shows you the position here on the ground, which is that no one really is making any progress. The opposition are where they were some 24 hours ago. They move forward, not the regular army units that have defected to the opposition side, but the young volunteers, very lightly armed. They head up there, and one of the regular army colonels who's here, who really has little control over these volunteer units, said to me, they're very brave, but to the point of being suicidal. And they head up the road, and then they come under attack from Gaddafi's forces, which are much more heavily armed. They have heavy armor, they have missiles. So the opposition have the numbers, all the people, and they seem to have the momentum. But on the other side, Gaddafi's forces have the power, the armor, and they also have better communications, I suspect, than the opposition, who really don't know what each other are doing.
James, give us some idea of the geography. You're close to Ashdabia. You say that Colonel Gaddafi's or forces loyal to him are not far away from where you are right now, the front line, if you like.
Yeah, this road is the main road from Ashdabia, 9 kilometers that way, and then to Benghazi, which is about 150 kilometers that way. Benghazi, as you know, a few days ago was under attack. Gaddafi's forces came back here, but just a few kilometers beyond there, that is the front line. 400 meters away, that bang we just heard, we think.
Okay.
Can't see. Yes, I can. I can see the smoke there, Adrian. That's about 400 meters from us. We'll give you this shot for a few seconds, and then I think we have to be out of here. They're getting too close.
I understand, James. Do you know who that is?
We're going now, Adrian.
Yeah, I understand, James. Okay. James Bays, there, live on the front line near Ashdabia, there, front line position.
It shows you what these,
as we speak.
What these reporters go through. Vic, you ready to go out there and cover some?
No. I have no
inclination. We not gonna give you no live from Libya reports.
No.
We talked about it and said that's okay.
No, when
that's okay.
When you think about it, and I'm going, when people sit there and say you must leave. Now I know a reporter's job is to say it's an obligation for me to go out and get the news. And yes, my life may be put on that line, and I'm supposed to be in a neutral position. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's nothing in the art of war that says everything is a go, except don't mess with the journalists. So to me, I can't do it. I don't know what the motivation is. I mean, because something just happened recently, Mario, where the journalists,
they get killed all the time.
All the time. So
they forget, or they just don't like you.
Or it may be this, Mario. Let me just say it. It may be the thrill. The thrill, because, I can't compare this, Mario. You know this. It's like bungee jumping. It's like saying that the thrill of almost dying.
Well, how about this, Vic? the whole thing about it's interesting. People raised the point. I wanted to get your opinion. No Arab participation.
I knew it.
In the no-fly.
You said that. I knew it. Okay.
And see, it has a lot to do with the ongoing relationship about who's pimping who and how the pimping goes down. It's the pimping of the Peter principle.
Wait a minute.
But I just tell you, there's some pimping, and believe me, none of this is by accident.
No, I know that.
And the League of Arab Nations, go look that up on Google. It started out as 6 of them.
Right.
Now it's like 26 different countries. Half the people with uprisings are in the League of Arab Nations.
Right.
So just like other groups, remember I told you all governments are to be held in contempt and indicted and considered corrupt because they are. You have to stay on them. Every moment they just slide further into corruption. Like I said, that's every government, in my opinion, especially my mentor, Noam Chomsky. Go read some of that.
Yeah.
But go take a look, like I'm saying. So you don't see Arab fighters. Arab Emirates, they have fighter planes.
Not enough.
Why? They bought them from us.
Not enough. Put
war, 2 or 3 of the ones you got up.
No, that war that you're talking about that they got those planes for is not against us and the superpowers.
Let me just tell you guys, it's so interesting because you can go online and watch video about some of the weapon sales that go on around the world.
Yeah.
And it's full of people from the Middle East, okay? It's full of people from from the League of Arab Nations.
Right.
So they got weaponry.
Yes, they do.
But that's because these are their partners, y'all, too. It's just like part of the reason the U.S. didn't want to jump in there because we support dictators all through the Middle East who have oil deals with us. That's what the Saudis are.
Right.
Okay? That's why we don't really necessarily want to overthrow because we also, if they overthrow them, we got to go deal with who?
Right.
We got to go back and talk to some more. Oh, man, shit. Thought we had that worked out. Just like with Gaddafi, he was basically going along with the program.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, this is what always happens, Vic. Then once we get him going along with the program, then all of a sudden here come an uprising. Damn it, first one want freedom, then the whole world want freedom. We got to stop this freedom shit.
See, I know where you go.
I'm going politically. I'm just saying, ain't it interesting? These uprisings are with U.S. partners where we support dictatorships, right?
Right.
Because it serves our interests. Just like we're going to fight a war in Libya, but we have no jobs here.
Right.
It ain't like the old days where jobs used to raise money and give industry. That's what burnt the Soviet Union out, trying to compete militarily.
Right.
Now, I'm just saying, you got a big job. Watch what's about to happen the next 12 months with jobs here and the protests like you saw in Wisconsin. You're going to see that in California,
right.
Michigan, a bunch of other states. Then you're going to really wonder if you have money.
Right.
To do some of this dirt.
I agree. Look, we're talking about a conversation where they say, what's the better system that rewards those who say we know how to run countries better than equalization across the board for everyone? And it says you could get an average person, an average group of people to run who says, look, it's 50-50 for everybody. Does that necessarily mean that the country is going to be a better place if we have yet to ever have that experience? And in the history of time, there has not been a country that said equal wealth and profit, food, goods, commerce for everyone. Where?
That's one of the quotes I always tell everybody. I say, and I agree. In the whole history of the world, there's no accounts that we have been able to find of another culture, another group of people going to another group and uplifting them.
Right.
Seems like it never occurs.
True.
They will, however, nail a cross to your back and march you across the burning sand.
Right.
Forever until you say no more. But we looking hard. If you can find an instance that you can find in all of recorded history of a group of people going over and helping out some other folks, we don't see it. Maybe it's starting to happen now.
Yeah. I'm going to answer a quick question I got from a contact who said, hey, look, they asked me, says, I called you at 10 a.m. to see if you were doing it.
Doing what?
Well, see, I don't want to
Yes, we were.
I was doing it.
But I washed my hands and came to do the show.
She was happy. Lachelle, she was happy. I was doing it when you called.
Lachelle. Le Concha. Lachelle. Lachelle.
See, that's right. I just love the idea when people go, I'm going to call you a few minutes before to see if you're doing it.
That's because they know what a wonderful operation that we have here.
That's right.
What a wonderful operation.
That's cool.
All right, now let's get to Japan, where they say the good news is that the power is on at all the reactors now. The power is on. The only problem is, now that the power is on, it's still radioactive as hell up in there. I'm sorry, it's not funny.
You're wrong.
I'm saying, you know what? It's the way people release reports to give that obvious spin on it. They got to make it sound good.
Right.
Okay, but the main thing is that the power is on. They're going to be trying to pump, because of the electricity, they're going to try to pump and do some more cooling of the now meltdown reactors.
Okay.
And hopefully, you know, and you know what? We still say this, and I actually said it before I saw it on the air. The story is about those workers who continue to work that plant.
I know.
You know, that's the next movie. Those are heroes.
Yes.
God bless them.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it's honor, just God bless them in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And but even still, and like I said, do we trust what the Japanese government is saying? No. No.
Okay.
No.
Not.
Do we trust what our government is saying about the Japanese government? No. No.
Be wrong, man.
No.
Is there any part of truth that we can tie into?
The truth is that some Japanese folks is fucked, and that's what we know.
Yeah.
They're over there.
Yeah, I know, man.
And even now, I'm watching them, and they've been so patient. You know, some of them still are not getting supplies. So then, to me, okay, fly overhead and drop stuff. A lot more then. Right. Or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not getting supplies. Well, does that mean do you need to fly over and drop stuff or something?
But there's a part
Blankets,
that's going on.
Food, they're not getting enough of the basics.
This is one thing they did bring up. Now, how much of this story, I don't know if it's true or not, Mario. One thing about our country is that the first thing they would rather do is we want to show that we can handle our own. And when the politics come into
the government says that shit.
Yeah, okay,
but the people don't say that.
No,
the people like, no, I'll take help.
Right.
The government, no, we're proud.
No, that's what I'm
proud.
saying. Well,
be strong. Be strong.
But see, guess who's talking for the people?
The government who goes, no, but they comfortable. They eating shrimp. They got still getting sushi.
So you're knocking Japan.
I bet you the Japanese emperor ain't missed a sushi meal yet.
So now you understand.
I bet you he has not missed one damn meal.
That's what I'm saying.
I used to say that, you know, they talk about all them leaderships. When the war is going on, they eating good. Prime rib, shrimp.
It reminds me of a story, just simply. Russian submarine, they're all, sinks. They need help. Rather than to reach out to technology that could actually help them, they would rather prove that they could do it themselves. They stay underneath the water. They all die. And I said, so that just proved that they could handle it better, and you can't prove that this country came to rescue us. That's politics, man, and that's what happens.
It's like this joke, and I'll try to do this quickly, Vic.
Okay.
Two guys out there marching in the woods. All of a sudden, they stop to take a whiz. They got to urinate, and while they're urinating, a rattlesnake jumps up and bites one right in the head of his penis.
Oh, Jesus!
So he says to his friend, says, "I'm going to run for help. I'm going to run for help." The other guy's in agony. Oh! He takes off running for help. And he runs about 5 miles, and he comes upon the sheriff's station. The sheriff's station said, we're going to activate the health authorities, but they take a while to get here.
Okay.
In the meantime, you got to run back, bite into the rattlesnake wound, and suck out the venom. His friend says, okay, I got it. He takes off running. He's running. All of a sudden, the guy's he sees his friend still in agony on the ground, holding his penis. And his friend says, what did they tell you? What did they tell you? He says, you're going to die. You're going to die.
I know.
You're gonna die.
I know. The story changes. I understand.
So that's our moral. Now let's go on and see what Al Jazeera has to say about Japan.
Okay.
With more than 12,000 people still listed as missing, this scene will be repeated in many towns all over Japan.